Well, you speak about the necessity of surrendering to God and relate this to devotion to God. Well, I mentioned that Patanjali mentioned as one of the practices of or component parts of Kriya Yoga practice, surrender to, he used the word Ishvara, means a larger reality, which we use the word God here in the West. The idea is to use your discernment and to understand first that you are a spiritual being expressing through a mind and body, and you have this viewpoint, and your viewpoint is that of your individual or your individual sense of I-ness or self-identity, which we call, well, Freudian psychologists call the id or the ego. That by taking attention from that small sense of I and contemplating the larger reality which eternally exists, there's a possibility of faster self-realization. In the first section of the Yoga Sutra, which describes the various ways to experience or awaken to samadhi, Patanjali mentions meditation on Om, mentions pranayama, and he also mentions meditation on God, I mean Ishvara again, on that ultimate reality. And you get off this sense of separate existence, and then you have your awareness of your true nature restored. That's the idea.
We are in this world to nurture our spiritual awareness and grow to emotional and spiritual maturity in our present incarnation. All of us have an inner urge to be spiritually awake. It is not always understood. Sometimes we feel that we are not in our right place in the world. We may wonder why we are here, what we can do to improve our understanding and our circumstances. But eventually, if we are fortunate, we begin to understand that we are here to know our true, permanent spiritual nature and our relationship with an ultimate reality, commonly referred to as God. We are spiritual beings expressing through a mind and a physical body. We are having a human experience, but we are not permanent human beings, because we came into this world and we are here for a few decades, many years perhaps, and then we depart. And so our experience in this world is only for a short period of time in eternity. And it's important to remember, I think, that we are immortal beings, that we did not begin at conception or physical birth. We will not end when the body dies, that we are immortal spiritual beings. And this must be true because we are units of that ultimate reality, or the pure essence of that ultimate reality, and it is without beginning and without end.
Learn to calm the wave-like movements in the mind. And when the mind is calm, awareness is calm, the opportunity for self-knowing or self-recognition is present. So we get the troublesome conditions out of the way, and then meditation can flow more easily. So I emphasize what I call the direct way to spiritual awakening. Direct means get right to it without being distracted, or deviating from a right course of action. And so this, and self-realization, of course, realization is experience and knowledge of something. So self-realization is experience and knowledge of our essential nature, our essence, our spiritual nature, what we really are. Yeah, good afternoon. It's good to see you again. Good to be with you. Let's begin with a short meditation. And let's shadow. Open your mind and your essence of being to the infinite. However, that ultimate reality we call God is known or imagined, know it to be omnipresent, everywhere present, and therefore we are included in it, now and at all times. And let your breathing flow smoothly and easily. And notice that when your breathing is slow and calm, your mind becomes calm and your emotions become settled. Om peace.